question is that the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Fisher.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I rise in support of the motion put by the member for Herbert, and I want to acknowledge his service. I want to acknowledge the service of the member for Solomon, the member for Braddon, who are in this chamber tonight, and of course all the members and senators who have represented this country in uniform. I've never served in uniform before, Mr Deputy Speaker, but I have a great respect and affinity for those that have. I recently held an event for veterans to make an announcement in my own electorate, and a young veteran by the name of Peter Kennedy spoke at that event, and I thought his words were very salient. He said, "Veterans, we have a few scratches. Some of us are a little bent out of shape, but if you work with us and help us back into shape, you're going to get a great product for a long time." Veterans value and in fact embody the values of respect, loyalty, teamwork and integrity. Everything we would want in an upstanding citizen and a great employee. Now, sadly, the statistics are very, very sobering when it comes to suicide, when it comes to men, because it's in the very large part men who have served in the ADF, who have taken their own life. And what is very telling are the stats that when men serve in the ADF, and it might sound like I'm being sexist, but it's only because the stats reveal about the men that have taken their lives. When men serve in the ADF, they actually have a 48% lower chance than civilians their own age of taking their lives. So when they are in the services, a 48% less chance. But when they discharge, that 48% less jumps to an increase of 18% over and above what civilian men, at the rates that they take their own lives. So something is going very wrong here. When men and women that serve in the ADF, they have that sense of purpose. So I want to acknowledge my friend has just entered into the chamber for his service as well. The member for, help me out, Sterling, thank you. When men and women are in the ADF, they have a great sense of purpose and a great sense of mission and a sense of tribe that is probably beyond anything else that we see in civilian world. Perhaps the closest we might see to it is in the police force. That sense of tribe is what they belong to, that tribe, and the tribe is everything to them. Then for whatever reason, maybe it's because of their own doing, or maybe because they've been discharged for medical reasons, or whatever it might be, they lose that sense of tribe. They lose that sense of purpose. One minute, the Australian government was entrusting them to fly, drive, sail, multi-million, perhaps even multi-billion-dollar equipment. And there's a great degree of self-respect that comes with that. But when they discharge and they lose that sense of identity, sadly, and this is not all, but sadly some have trouble getting a job the very next day. So why is that? How do we work with this? Because the best way, in my view, to deal with suicide is to ensure that we provide meaningful jobs, that we as a government, we as a nation respect the skills that they have learned. The commission that has been set up, I want to address very quickly, is better than a royal commission, because it is a standing, it has the powers of a standing Royal Commission. Royal Commissions have start dates and end dates. A standing Royal Commission just does that. It goes on and will address each and every suicide that arises out of the ADF or for veterans, and I really want to support this motion. Thank you.